Hello there everyone. How are you doing? Let me reach for something real quick here. Forgot left my green tea sitting on that desk over there. Anyway, hopefully you have an outstanding day. It's Sunday, March 19th, year 2023. My goodness, time flies by, doesn't it? I'm going to talk to you about a couple things today. It's all important for you. It doesn't matter if you're a real estate investor, any kind of investor, or you want to improve your health. I'm going to cover it all in this video today, and I don't think it'll take too long. So before I get started, I'm Mazske Finance. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a CPA. I'm not an attorney. I'm not a CPA. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nutritionist. Nothing like that. Okay? I'm going to explain a few things about a couple of different things. And at the end of this, I am going to give you a challenge. Okay? If you can complete this challenge, I will almost guarantee you are going to have a better life. Okay? Anybody can do it. Doesn't matter what your financial picture is right now. Doesn't matter if you're a beginning investor. Anybody can complete this challenge, but you have to want to. It's up to you. Okay? So with that being said, let me get started here on a couple things. First of all, I went to a Baltimore Orioles baseball game yesterday. It's a spring training game. It's my second spring training game of the season. They played the Boston Red Sox. They lost the game 9-6. They won the other week when I attended against the Minnesota Twins, so that was good. It's good to see the young players because there's players that I may never see play again, or maybe I'll see them on the Orioles later this summer. Some I will see on the team when they start this year. Okay, if I may not see them in person, maybe on TV, but we'll see. We'll see. Over the past year, I've attended 4 games: 2 spring training games, 1 game in Baltimore City, Camden Yards, and 1 game out in California. San Diego Padres against the Cleveland Guardians, as they're now called. Okay, so anyway, enough of that. I was looking at my rental properties and I was thinking about a couple things because I did actually sell a rental property the other day. Okay, and I'm closing on another rental property this week. So it's 2 rental properties I'm selling. Okay, and I got reasons for selling both that I'm not going to get into. Okay, but I was thinking about what am I going to do with that money? Okay, you have heard me, if you've been a watcher of my channel, have heard me mention that when I sell this personal residence, which is on the market, when I sell this, I may take the proceeds and put them into the bank. I may put some into treasury bills. I may put them into some kind of guaranteed return. Okay, but in recent times, like last week or so, we've had, I think, 3 banks fail, right? Another thing that's happened in the past year to 18 months, I have bought 3 rental houses that for all 3, besides costing me a chunk of money to buy them, 2 out of 3 I paid cash to buy. 1, I took a bridge loan and then I got into a 30-year fixed rate mortgage. But with all 3, I paid a chunk of money to get them. And for all 3, it took close to a year to really get any money. And remember, I just said a year to 18 months, so I'm just starting to get money. Rent money for some of these, so a year. So anyway, that got me thinking, all right, if I take a chunk of money to buy a house and maybe the rehab takes longer than I expected, maybe the first tenant I got to evict, and it just takes longer to get a return, okay? All right, I will get a return. I am getting a return. I did sell one of those 3 houses, so I got my money back, okay? So I was thinking about the money I'm getting back, what can I do with it? I did pay off some debt that I owed my 2 rehab houses up in Indiana. Completely paid that off. I did pay off some 0 interest credit card debt that was coming due later this week, where interest would start accruing after 12 months of no interest. Okay, so I completely paid that off. I completely paid a personal car off. So that monthly nugget that we have to pay out for that car loan, paid it off. I did that for a reason, to get the title back so I can sell the car, because I do have a buyer for it. Okay. So anyway, I was thinking, what do I do with this money? And here's something I'm thinking about. Let me know what you think. I looked at a total of 15 houses that I have, 15 rental properties. I could have did all of my houses, but I just did 15. And I looked at what is my current principal and interest on them. I then looked at how much do I owe on the mortgage, okay? And I ran the numbers, what if I paid one of them off? Okay, I looked at principal and interest for a month multiplied by 12. Okay, because I paid the mortgage every single month. Okay, so I'm looking at a year time period. And principal and interest times 12 divided by the amount of mortgage that I would pay off, the balance. Okay, and came up with an interest rate. You know, a number is 0 point something or another. It turned into a percentage. Okay, those percentages range from a low of 6.59% to a high of 8.72%. Okay, so if I was to pay one of those mortgages off, as long as I'm getting my rent check each month, that's basically a guaranteed return because I am no longer paying that principal and interest out. That mortgage is paid off. There's a little bit of safety there, right? If the tenant stopped paying, at least I don't have a mortgage to pay. I still got to pay taxes and insurance, okay? But I don't have that mortgage to pay. So obviously I don't have the money to pay off 15 houses at one shebang. That's not going to happen. And I don't, just because I gave that range of number 6.59% to 8.72, it doesn't mean I'm going to pick the highest house. And I'm not, because that highest house is one of the ones I bought within a year to 18 months ago. Has the highest balance, but my cash return on that one is also very good right now. Okay, and it's a 30-year fixed rate mortgage. All right, so I'm not going to pay that one off. A couple others are 30-year fixed rate mortgages. I could pay one of them off, but then I have 8 of them that are seller financed. And I have one that I did a refinance on, and I got an adjustable rate mortgage. And there's probably 2.5 years left until that interest rate is going to reset. And I have a very low interest rate right now, like 3.875, I think, on that one. Okay, but that balance is a little bit higher too. It's 85 grand. Okay, out of those 8 seller finance houses, they're all in the 6s for the percentage return. Okay, but the cheapest one, the cheapest balance that I have is $25,598. Okay, $25,000. The return would be 6.74%. The principal and interest payment I make every month is only $143.93. But that's if I paid that one off. Now there's 7 left. The beauty of this would be for these seller finance houses, I got a total of 9 originally. The deal is we got 30-year amortization, but I have to pay them off in 15 years. Whatever I owe at 15 years, it's a balloon payment. I got to pay it off in 15 years. So my goal has always been within those first 15 years to get them all paid off or get a lot of them paid off so I can more easily pay the rest off. Okay, so I've already refinanced one of them, so it has a 30-year fixed rate mortgage. So I got from 9 to 8. If I pay the cheapest one off, there's 7 left. It's a little psychological thing right there. Pay the cheapest one off. But it's not just psychological, it's numbers. That's my lowest balance. If I take 25 grand to pay that off, then the others all cost more. It'd be a higher balance to pay, so it'd be more cash to pay. So if I pay it off, I'm only getting an extra $143 a month because I'm not paying the principal and interest. But it's one less mortgage to pay. It's one less house to worry about paying the balance off. Maybe I'll put that $143 towards another mortgage where the principal and interest payment is only $166. So it's almost like I'm doubling that payment, and I'm going to pay that one off that much quicker. So we shall see. All right, moving on to another topic, and then I'm going to get into your challenge. Okay? Then I will get into the challenge for you. All right, something you've heard me talk recently about eating healthy. Okay? I have watched a variety of different videos from a variety of different doctors. Okay? This is a serious talk right here, but it's not going to take too long. It has been shown that, well, let me back up a little bit. In 2006, I think it was, or think back to 2001-ish, they had 2 different groups, the government and a private group, decoded the human genome. Okay? Once that was done, I was investing in that private company back then in 2001. Craig Venture was that guy. The other guy heading up the government part, he was, what's his name? My sons have met him. He lived in the Shenandoah Valley in the town that I lived in. He spoke at a couple high school graduations because he plays music and he's a very personable guy. I met his parents and maybe some of his family, but I haven't met him. Okay, and I forget his name. Shame on me. All right. So anyway, that led to 2006-ish, when other scientists were able to start determining or figuring out that the bacteria in our gut, they started figuring out what they do. And you've probably always have heard about bacteria, right? It's on our skin, it's inside of us. But what is it? They now have had, that's almost 20 years ago, to study this bacteria. This bacteria, and it's also some yeast and some fungi that's in our gut, does a lot of things for our body. All right, it helps, number one, to digest our food. Number two, it does things to help with our DNA, to help with our stem cells, to help with our brain, to help every aspect of our body from our head to our toes. Okay? When we eat, we feed them. If we make them healthy, they return that favor to us in spades. All right? They make us healthier. Okay? What they like to eat is fiber. There's only one thing, broad category, that has fiber. Plants. Okay? That can be fruits, that can be vegetables, that can be seeds, that can be nuts, that can be legumes, beans, that can be mushrooms. Mushrooms is technically a fungus, it's not a plant, but still it's kind of like a plant, it grows. So it's kind of in that category. Okay? So the more of those we eat, the better it is. The more diverse of those that we eat, the better it is. Because we have 38 trillion, más o menos, more or less, bacteria in our gut. Okay? They have not identified all 38 trillion. That's a lot. It's a big number. They have not identified them all. They've identified the big boys down there. Okay? They think there's more. And what they realize is they eat a lot. Primarily, I think the fiber that we eat, the roughage, the stuff that we think we eat in our mouth and it passes through us and goes out us, okay, it helps carry stuff out. They digest that, they change that, they feed on it, it helps them, okay? All right, so the more, and they like all the plants we eat. So the more plants we eat, the more diverse it is. It doesn't mean we have to be vegetarians, not at all, okay? It doesn't mean we got to quit eating bad stuff. Necessarily we should, because that'll help us even more. But the more we can eat, the more diverse we can eat, the better it is for us. Okay? And I'm going to get into real quick here, and then I'm going to have a challenge at the end, so stick around to the end, okay? Real quick here. I've jotted down about what I eat in a week, roughly, okay? Plant-wise. I also eat meat. I eat salmon. I eat chicken. I eat chicken thighs primarily because it has the dark meat. Dark meat's healthier than white meat. I eat sardines almost every day. That's more fish. I eat beef. I have a pack of ground beef in my fridge right now. I buy organic. Okay, I buy organic almost always when it comes to beef. I don't eat near as much red meat as I used to. Okay, I'm not sure what I'm going to make that ground beef just yet. But anyway, I wrote down plants. I stopped writing when I got to a certain number, and I know there's more than this. I'm going to run through something real quick. All right, for breakfast, oatmeal, blackberries, raspberries, blueberries, strawberries, flax seeds, chia seeds, pumpkin seeds, hemp seeds, and a banana. It's all in that bowl of oatmeal with almond milk on top. Okay. During the course of a day or through the week, other things I might eat. Kiwi. I eat kiwi almost every day. Avocados. Not every day, but a lot. Kimchi and sauerkraut. They're both fermented. Usually one or the other we eat every single day. Sometimes a little bit of both. Never large servings, but they have, give you an example. An apple might have 100 million microbes on it when you eat that apple. 100 million. Kimchi and sauerkraut, fermented foods, have way more. In the billions, maybe in the trillions. Way more. All right, so it's a better bang for your buck. But you can't live on just one thing. You need to be diverse. Okay? So kimchi and sauerkraut, beets, oranges, garlic, onions, asparagus, tomatoes, mushrooms, cashews, almonds, walnuts, peanuts, pistachios, kale, Swiss chard, 4 different types of salads with 4 different types of leaves, pears, dark chocolate. Dark chocolate comes from a bean, cacao bean. Green tea comes from leaves. Coffee comes from a bean. Lemons, ginger, and I could keep on going. And that's things that I consume every week, plants, okay? Something to think about, all right? Dark chocolate, dark. Don't get the ones that have lead in them, okay? There are brands that have no lead or minimal lead, okay? And I am getting blood tests that they will test the lead in my system too. Like I will tell you more about when it's done, okay? But dark chocolate, get the highest cacao that you can find. I currently am getting like 92% cacao, okay? You might think it's bitter if you're used to eating sweet stuff, but it's delicious, okay? Coffee. I've heard several doctors say that for a lot of Americans, they think a lot of the fiber they're getting on a daily basis is their coffee, and because they're not eating plants, okay, for whatever reason. So anyway, moving on from that, my challenge to you, when I read off that list of foods that I just ate, it totaled up to 38, okay, and I could probably get up to 40, okay. My challenge to you is to get to 30 different plants that you can eat in a week. Okay, doesn't mean you have to eat each one every day, not that, but in a week time period, 30 different ones. Now remember, fruits, vegetables, seeds, nuts, legumes, mushrooms. Green tea counts in this. Coffee counts in this. Okay, seeds, you can take a tablespoon and sprinkle them on your oatmeal, like I do. Maybe your yogurt with no sugar added, something like that, plain yogurt. And you can figure out other things to put them in. This is not counting spices. You should already be adding spices to every meal that you cook. Okay, every spice is good for you. One I will throw out is turmeric. Turmeric, here's a hack for you. Do you drink coffee? Sprinkle into your coffee cup turmeric, cinnamon, ginger, and a tad bit of black pepper, okay? Black pepper helps your body absorb turmeric, okay? The taste is absorbed. Coffee has a strong flavor. You will not notice, you'll notice a little bit, but you won't notice that taste. It'll make it better for you. You'll learn to love it. But now you're getting cinnamon, helps regulate blood sugar. You're getting ginger and turmeric. They're both anti-inflammatory type spices. There's no amount that they say is a serving size, but you're not going to eat a whole bottle of turmeric. It has a unique flavor, okay? But you put it in, the more food you can put it in that you eat, like your cup of coffee, your daily cup of coffee. You sprinkle it in there with the cinnamon, the ginger, and the black pepper. You're not going to taste it. And you're getting that daily dose of anti-inflammatory, sugar regulating, and more good stuff for you with coffee, okay? But my challenge to you, sorry this is getting long, is I just named off about almost 40 things. My challenge to you is get your weekly total better than what it is. Can you get it to 5? Can you get it to 10? Can you get it to 15? Can you get it to 20? 25? With a final goal of 30. I just read off almost 40 things. I'm at 40, I know, for the week. I'm not saying for you to get to 40. I didn't get to 40 overnight. I just started this, a year ago I changed my diet. Okay, and I've been slowly moving in this direction. Do not go too fast. If you're the average American and you're eating a lot of junk food, 60% of your diet's ultra processed. Okay? If you're doing that, don't change overnight. Your body is not used to it. Okay? It's a lot of fiber too. It's a lot more fiber. Your body's not used to it. Bad things could happen. Not bad, but things could happen. Take it slow. Add a couple things each week. Okay? If you're not drinking green tea, it's an easy drink to add. There's no risk to drinking green tea. There's only potential health benefits. Okay? You can get decaffeinated if you don't want caffeine. Same for coffee. Get decaffeinated. There's no risk for drinking coffee. Okay? It doesn't mean drink 10 cups a day. It doesn't mean that. Okay? What's the risk of eating berries? Okay? You ever heard the saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away? There's some truth in that. You know, kale, Swiss chard, salads. If you get a salad, you got iceberg lettuce, you got romaine lettuce. A lot more bang for your buck if you get romaine. Okay, and it's tasty. All right, and you got, I didn't put it on here, we got radishes, you got carrots. I didn't put them on there. I eat them not every day, but quite every week. I'm eating one or both of them. Radishes, carrots, and different things. And like in every salad, I didn't break. If I broke all the salads down to different lettuces, I might be pushing 50 for the week. Okay, I got arugula, I got spinach, I got whatever else I got in those bags. Okay, all of my stuff is not organic. Organic does cost more. All right, look at the Dirty Dozen. And the Dirty Dozen, you can Google the Dirty Dozen in regards to fruits and vegetables. The dirtiest ones, try to buy them organic. Strawberries is number one. Try to buy strawberries organic. Because if they're not organic, they're the worst. They absorb the pesticides more than anything else. Okay, currently. It can change every year because they might change how they treat fruits or veggies. Strawberries are the worst. So you look at the 12 worst. If you can afford it, buy those in organic when you buy those ones. Others, if you peel it, you don't have to worry about it. If you don't worry about buying organic bananas, you peel them. Or organic avocados, you cut the peel off. You know, anything you might peel, don't worry about getting organic. Okay, so my challenge again is to increase whatever you're at currently, increase it with a final goal of getting to 30. Diversity is the name of the game. Some investors think diversity is great for them. I'm pretty diverse with my investments. Stocks, real estate, mineral rights, and oil drilling. Okay, I'm very diverse in my diet. Okay, try to do the same. It will help you out. That's Mazke's goal, is to try to help you out. And with that being said, I will have a special interview later this week. It's an author who you will come to love. All right, take care. Stay safe in all you do. Mazke's signing out.